Unlike e-commerce, cryptocurrency and the underlying technology is actually encompasses e-commerce itself. What do I mean by that? More versatile. It's more complex than that. It's not just used for as a medium of sales or storage of value. It's used to monetize almost every activity that you can think of. And of course, there's an underlying, if it's a stable coin, there's an underlying or collateralization involved. So that means it becomes a derivative. So that means if it's a stable coin, my opinion, if it's a stable coin, I would lean towards the SEC on that one. And if I were the BSP, I probably would not touch it. And I would stick with the utility of the money as a currency, and I would regulate it that way. That is my opinion. But my opinion is also based on existing parameters or proposals that are being done in the United States and in the EU. You wanna steal money, you physically have to actually go to a bank and rob it, right? But now in the digital world, you don't have to do that. So your problem now is hacking, and I think that's where your question is coming from. Hacking can be in a form of many things. It can be just actually compromising your defenses, or it can be actual stealing of data, or it can be actual stealing something of real value or an asset. But of course, data is also an asset nowadays. There's no more, well, but data, like data, you can use data to buy something, but you can sell data. Now, the assets in those protocols or in those smart contracts or in those wallets, how safe are they? How secure are they? So far, it's been holding up. Well, if I remember my data correctly, I think last year, there's roughly about $760 million that was stolen across the world, if I remember it right. I might be wrong, but thereabouts. These are from mainly centralized exchanges or wallets. So what do I mean by that? So you have two basic wallets. This is now the ownership of the person who holds it. So there's a distinction between the person who owns the asset and the platform that actually holds the asset. Okay, either one can be compromised by hacking. So let me focus now first on the ownership or that wallet that holds that cryptocurrency. So you have two classifications. One is a hot wallet. Basically, all your transactions go there. Hot wallets are particularly relevant to centralized exchanges like the exchange that we mentioned a while ago. So that means other people, if they're smart enough, can actually access those hot wallets because it's connected to the internet. Okay, it's live. Now, this is what you call off the grid wallets or cold wallets. So that means it's out. It's stored there in a drive or in a cloud, but it's not connected to the internet. So hacking is almost improbable. Okay. So how are the systems holding up? So far, the big exchanges across the world is holding up. Your main worry is on the infrastructure and the defenses of the centralized exchanges, because the data and all the information is being stored in one entity, right? It's similar to a bank. So if Bank A, let's say in the Philippines, if you open a bank account, they hold everything in their servers. So if somebody hacks it, there's a big chance. And in the recent past, you would have seen some events happen in a couple of big banks in the country without mentioning the names. So that they were compromised. Okay? Now, there's another option though. If you really, really are fearful or averse or protective of your asset, your crypto asset, there's another option, which is the decentralized exchanges. These are really peer-to-peer. Okay? The hacking there is virtually zero, because the platform does not hold any of your information. The platform does not hold any of your coins or your tokens. You actually host or hold your own coins or tokens in a software wallet or a hardware wallet, which only you control. Okay? But on the decentralized space, the events often occur on those chains, dispensing the attributes of technical specifications. Let me try and make it as simple as I can, if I must. So those are the DeFi protocols where you actually lend your money or stake your money. And somewhere along, when you pass your money from your wallet or your storage, going to a particular fund or lending protocol, often, well, not often, sometimes that one gets intercepted, okay? Because that one is now online. So that is where the decentralized platforms, smart contracts, are now beefing up their firewalls or their protection or their defenses. There's always a probability of that in anything we do. There's a probability of that happening in the traditional financial sector. In fact, it's far more risky if you are in the traditional financial sector. The loss can be quite massive. I'm not saying in the crypto space it's not, but so far, in terms of proportion, there are more events on the traditional technology than that of the blockchain.